like we're growing a grandpa today. I've seen this game. I've seen the Grumps play this game. I saw their video and I was like, yeah, that's right up my alley. I love weird shit. I love indie horror, weird as fuck. I wanna grow myself a granddaddy today, so that's what we're gonna do. I don't need a tutorial. I think I'm good. I'm gonna crank up the volume a little bit. That's too loud. That's good. Okay. So let's see how this goes. I excused Adrienne during music class today and spoke with her about her recent string of demerits. It was our first time meeting outside of our quarterly evaluations, and I believe it went well. I can certainly understand Mrs. Richardson's classroom observations concerning Adrienne's emotional state. She was, of course, intensely shy when we first met. As I understand it, she is similarly withdrawn in her classroom activities and only speaks or acts when she absolutely must. Some things she simply will not do. Instead of participating in mandatory group activities, she will sit alone and accept that she will receive a demerit. Before the meeting, I read Mrs. Richardson's parent-teacher report, which allowed me to estimate some about Adrienne's home life. The parents are well educated and come from a prestigious background, but they lack time to properly nurture Adrienne. She is often alone, and when she is not, the parents seem to not understand the importance of warmth and affirmation when dealing with someone so young. The fuck is wrong with parents? Having two parents of this reserved and icy temperament exacts an inhibition in a child. Of course, the child's imagination is subdued, but only ostensibly, for it eventually finds its way into regular life. As surmised, damn, this is an English test. I don't know all those words. As surmised that I would be able to reach out to Adrienne by way of make-believe. Adrienne. Is her eyes closed, or I'm not gonna ask. How are you liking your new house? You've told me you used to live close by, but it still can be a big adjustment. And your room, and your school.
The basement. I like that.
The basement?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of cool stuff. Mom and Dad sent me down there.
Your mom and dad made you go?
Yeah, but there's lots of cool stuff. Well, that's not why they sent me down there, though.
Why did they send you down there?
Fighting. They were fighting, shouting. I came in to help and they shouted at me. They said, go clean up downstairs.
So I went. It's not funny. It sounds tough. Do they fight a lot?
No, well, they
It's alright, Adrienne. Maybe you can tell me more about the basement instead.
Okay, well, it was weird at first, the stuff down there, but cool. I found something living, sort of.
That's very interesting, Adrienne. Please tell me more. While I rhythmically tap my finger on this desktop. By indulging her in her fantasies and stories, I was able to glean more of an understanding of Adrienne's anxiety surrounding her home and parents. The symbols of Adrienne's stories seem to carry their own traumatic weight, and her exploration of the basement may very well be a vehicle for the conveyance of her anxiety. Whatever might come of our next meeting, whether she will engage in similar make-believe, I will set down her story here. Ooh, Adrienne's stories begin with her delving into the basement with a trash receptacle and the goal of cleaning. We're cleaning. Discovered one of the walls was covered in plastic bags. She went to investigate, intent on tearing away whatever they covered. Spoopy. That's really trash bags. That looks like Ew. Upon removing the plastic trash bags from the wall, she noticed the interior lining was covered in glass. Like a window, I offered. Oh, that's the psychiatrist. Like a window, I offered.
No, like a mirror.
Reflecting inward towards the animal they covered. So the animal is in the trash. No, in the wall? I gently asked her, what exactly this animal was. Here is where the material reality of the story took a turn for the explicitly fantastic and imaginary. Upon our discovery of it, at our gaze, it grew or extended its shaggy-haired self, hair like the fur of a dog offered.
No, not the fur of a dog, not the hair on their head.
No, not the fur of a dog, nor the hair on her head. I'm good at this. It grew out towards her, the animal's hair, reaching out. It was hard, standing almost straight, like the hair on a brush. A bristle, I offered?
Yes.
She was very afraid at first, but then very curious. Don't touch the urchin! Ask her what else was in the room. More things
hidden away. Things of Grandpa's as well.
First she found a hidden passage under the stairs. Inside were strange dolls, magic objects, naked, faceless figures. I heard these cryptic utterances and merely nodded. In order to keep the game of make-believe going, I only pressed for details where I thought necessary English. The faceless dolls could be a simple metaphor for the anonymity she feels in her own home. The hidden passage, I am unsure of what to make of that. The revealing of the concealed seems to be thematic in her fantasy. The door under the stairs is but one example. I'm such a big-brain psychologist. I forget. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's okay. Can I still talk to the thing? No. Pokey, poke. Squish. Chair, wall, lights. The darkness of the shadowy corner unnerves you. You cannot explore here without some form of light.
Hello, I'm unnerved. I'm a little girl. I'm a little girl. Why can't I do something else? Can I do something else? Can I poke? Poke? What? My nose is itchy.
Oh, trash pile. Okay. Trash. This is trash. We like trash here. This is gross. When she removed the panel and found the magical hidden passage, she was very specific about what she took. She found a magic book, a magic doll, a photo of her late grandpa, and magic glue. Magic glue! Take the doll. Of course. A slouching doll, its material is rough and coarse. Ew. Search class set. More trash. Ooh, so much trash. Ooh, wait, let me clean everything. I want everything to be clean. I don't like it when it's half done. I'll clean. The space will not be dirty again. Mr. PhD, that's a smile for the ages. That's my granddaddy. On the Mr. PhD, on the reverse side of the photograph, there is more text. Good luck on your trip to the Urals. Stay warm. Have fun, Captain. Magic glue. It's magic glue. It's not all purpose. Magic. Raisin step shamanism and diffusiform gyrus, an interdisciplinary study in sympathetic magic. Magic? So it's a real magic book. I thought it was science. Science and magic. The impetus of this research was the recognition of a particular pattern in fragments of documents relating to magic and magical religious practices. Numerous sources were drawn from commentaries on laws relating to the banning of sorcery and necromancy, compilations of folk charms relating to love spells, hagiographs of saints and their encounters with devils. The list spans many centuries and a great distance, from the Levant to the Khazar Khaganate to the border of the modern nation-states of Russia and Kazakhstan today. From this paper tale arose a consistent account about a certain form of magic relating to the binding of demons to a sorcerer's will, a demon called the Evan of Needles, or the Angel of Needles. That's the big boy. He's the big boy of needles. Was shown to be kept best by shamanic keepers or wards who suffer from face blindness. Wait, what? Best by shamanic keepers or wards who suffer from... Okay, they couldn't see him, like, whether by birth or through It was known to be extremely effective but terribly dangerous, so much so that it became out loud several times and was generally a popular scapegoat relating to an expected death. Okay. Human-related desires and the history and science of neurological disorders related to the fusiform gyrus. What the fuck is the fusiform gyrus? Can I educate myself? The fusiform gyrus is a structure spanning the basal surface of the temporal and occipital lobes. It's the largest component of the human ventral temporal corridor. It's a part of the brain, and it's about looking. It's like it's a part of the brain that is responsible for visual categorization. Am I smarter? I'm not sure. Am I? I think I am. I interrupted to ask what she did with the magical mysterious material.
I gotta go to Grandpa!
Is it? She explained plainly, and then without missing a beat, she continued on with her story. Feeling this was a potent symbol, I stopped her again to ask what she meant. Somewhat puzzled, I did not understand immediately. She explained slowly.
Grandpa lives in the cage in the other room. The cage behind the door. They grew people in the cage. That's what they do.
How does she know that? I don't know. I mean, that's what I don't get. Are the parents that thing? Hey, big boy. Door. There's a lot of paper. For the sake of your university policy and the health of any future career you hope to have, you will abide by the non-disclosure contract. So, okay, university project, science, magic. Do not break the anthropoidic vacuum. Where's my phone? Where? I just had my phone. I just had it. Resembling a human being. Cool. Okay. Enclosure area. Okay. Must not live. When not in dormancy, the sample will attempt to take anthropoid shells. Please see shell notes. Ritual behavior with the sample, trading, bargaining, telling a little joke, will result in dismissal from the project. The precise mechanism of the exchange of symbols and gifts required for a requested desires yield is not known, and even then anecdotal accounts of success are... It doesn't end good. Okay, the desires yield... That's a lot of... Okay. Regarding growth cycles, every time Whiskers... Yes, his name is Whiskers. It's just a big kitty with porcupine spikes. That's it. They grow people in Whiskers. Every time Whiskers regenerates and leaves dormancy, it is to be logged as a new propagation. The simple's bodily existence cannot be... i.e. a part cannot be cut from the whole, so there can only be one living propagation. Propagations are to be terminated after 5 weeks. Okay, mister. Dr. Hart! Hi, Dr. Hart. Is this my grandpa? Any further development puts us at risk. Termination procedures will be posted and followed with extreme care. With all of that out of the way, I want to welcome you to the project. I look forward to working with you, and big ol' Whiskers, he's gonna kill us all. The sample's exposure to some of our neuronal activity is unavoidable. However, the speed at which its desires yield is produced can be dampened by several precautions regarding libidinal and emotional urges. Whiskers, don't get involved in my libidinal urges. You begin to suspect you are developing attachments to your colleagues. Contact me as soon as possible. No love, no libido, libidinal urge. Huh. Okay, that's a... I repeatedly called you Holmes, blah blah blah. William. I found William sitting in the corner of the enclosure area, seeming severely concussed. Whiskers was gone, in none of its usual hiding places. I immediately suspected the worst. The project thus must be suspended for now. I am leaving up the usual mirror coverings we use to keep the anthropoidic void sealed. I have done my best to lock up everything on such short notice. It is a hasty fix, but it will require some time to find a more permanent remedy. So I guess William is fucked. I guess Whiskers, he went meow and he clawed his face. I don't know. I am honestly hoping you do not find this note, as I intend to lock the house down too. The house? Why are we living in the house? I intend to race off to you to retrieve your lockbox keys. Do not worry about William's key. It and the rest of his equipment is almost certainly deep within Whiskers now. Meow. He's a big kitty. He ate everything. I pray you do not enter this room. No matter how it may appear, William cannot be helped and is only being kept alive as a means of continuing predation on the rest of us. I will say once again, no matter what state you may encounter William in, he cannot be helped. I have sympathy for the young man, I truly do, but I found on his person several photos of his late sister, which would imply certain risks he knew he was taking. Our extended research materials have now become possible liabilities, either criminal or professional in nature, so I have stashed them away. I believe I'll let you all know how I might do this if we were ever to experience an event such as this. I hope you'll remember what I told you. So long. Okay, so William, I guess, is one of the researchers from a university. So was that a school project? They find an alien and it was a school project. Beyond the door in the room, the cage was hidden, concealed in another cloak of inward-facing mirrors. Fun. A hidden cage lined with mirrors. It is strange, almost poetic, the elaborate fantasy of self-reflection, concealment, captivity. Oh, tarp. I don't know. At the cage, she finally cast her spell. But it was confusing.
It was confusing at first.
She took the magic doll, the magic glue, and the photo of her grandpa, and she combined them, and she wished very hard. I can only assume in this fantasy that next her wish would come true, and what child's story would it not? Oh, Whiskers? Or William? Or particular human representation? Or generic human figure? At all. A glue. A tangible symbol of intention and desire. She put Grandpa in the cage, assuming that was part of the ritual. She was not clear on how it worked. What precise instructions she could glean from her grandfather's magic book was complicated by her reading comprehension, even by mine. She wished with all her heart, and then she told me she waited a while for something, anything to happen. And after that time, she began to cry.
I cried really hard. I wanted Grandpa to be back. I wanted my parents to stop being so mean.
And it hurt me. Oh,
and it hurt me. It hurt me wish for Grandpa to come back, for my parents to be different. I could feel it through the walls and it felt me through the air.
I asked her what exactly she meant. She could only repeat what she said.
And it felt me, it hurt me, Grandpa. I'm kidding.
By this time, lunch was almost over. I said goodbye to Adrienne, and she left to rejoin her class. Adrienne! I was left to consider our conversation. I believe the storytelling strategy I have employed was not unfruitful. Kitty! But I must probe deeper. Don't probe again! Although I can be sure of nothing I interpret, the impressions I get may begin to help me get an idea of the right questions to ask. Knowledge you acquire... Oh, that's me. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to certain topics or keywords. I can talk with Grandpa. Consider discussing with Grandpa. Following keyword. Well, I can talk about crustaceans. Wish, shell, Grandpa, do you want to eat some lobster tonight? I met again with Adrienne in order to address her emotional outbursts in the past few weeks. It is our second time meeting, and while it is standard practice to have multiple sessions with a troubled student, As I assembled a report for the counseling department, I could not help but think, as we sat down in my office, that Adrian already seemed to show a remarkable change in self-esteem and confidence, and perhaps my and Mrs. Richardson's estimation of her as emotionally disturbed was erroneous. The The paralyzing shyness and withdrawn attitude Adrian possessed last week was not entirely diminished, but she seemed to hold herself differently this week. However, this only lasted as long as our conversation pertained to initial introductory pleasantries. When I began once again asking about her parents, her feelings regarding her new school and her new home, she quickly lost what new confidence she had gathered up, and withdrew again into herself. So once again, I partook in some collaborative make-believe, but this time I was aided by the fact that I had managed to do some research into Adrian's grandfather, and I had some insight into what she might actually be finding in the basement. Now, this may be overstepping my bounds some as a school counseling caseworker, but this was all in the service of making Adrian comfortable and happy in this learning environment. In any case, I was able to dig up information regarding the grandfather by inquiring at the university in town. Not that I make it a habit of sleuthing, but I had a suspicion the grandfather was a professor there, or at least some sort of researcher, due to the fact that the newly constructed laboratory on the campus I drive by every day bears his name in memorial. Is it Dr. Hart? He was some sort of anthropologist, or linguist, or neuroscientist, or magician, shaman. I did not have to dig that deep before the scope of his work became dizzying, and I ran up against the limits of my undergraduate education. Same! But back to the make-believe. What is your grandpa like? Is he a smart man?
Not anymore. But I'm teaching him.
Hey, dumb as fuck! So he's grown a good deal then. You have been feeding him well?
Yeah, he's getting bigger, but he has a lot of room in his cage.
He's still behind the bars?
Yeah, well, he might be able to climb out eventually. There's this vent in the ceiling.
Well, perhaps if he climbs out, I could meet him someday.
Yeah, maybe, but he's not ready to leave. He can't take care of himself. I have to feed him and pick up after him.
Grandpa, you pooped on the floor again! I store the food in your lunchbox. That's nice of you to share.
He can almost talk.
You cannot speak with him?
He doesn't have a mouth, sort of. He has big gaping anus.
How do you feed him?
He has a mouth on the outside, on his shell, or the stuff that is his skin. A big ass anus, I tell him.
I'm a little confused. Maybe you can go through a typical day with your grandpa?
Okay.
I asked her to explain how exactly she goes about growing her grandpa, and Adrian began another tale.
So I pick up his shit on the floor, and then I feed his gaping anus, and it's fun time.
I still have the magic glue. Oh shit. Wait, wasn't Whiskers there, the big thing? The hairy thing, yeah. It's gone.
Whiskers!
I gotta go see Grandpa.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, good morning.
It was scary at first, the way he moved, the way the doll skin covered him.
I wanted to interject. This somehow seemed inappropriate. I keep listening.
When I look at him, when I think about him, he grows and moves. It's like he is growing for me.
So he's growing bigger now?
Yes, bigger every day.
Hi, Grandpa. Let's go, Grandpa. Beneath the doll's burlap skin, the follicles knit together what resembles a proper person. Grandpa! You're in charge of its cognitive development and diet until it is able to sustain itself. Okay, let's go, Grampy. Ah, you shot on the floor again. Currently, you are observing, Grandpa. Hi. Please click the arrow back. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hi. Pet. Little pet. Little pet. Scratches. Okay, we can see variety of options. Let's go. Okay, I gotta feed. I gotta teach. Grandpa, you will need to find it food. Okay, learning material. That's good. Some foods will make Grandpa happy, others merely content. Some food will make Grandpa disgusted to the point of nausea. Like me and pea soup. Fucking gross. Learning material is also scattered throughout the basement. Okay. Vocabulary cards intended to help each English and basic anthropology concept. Science! Science! Okay. Go to Grandpa. Feeding, teaching, observing. The study corner will get you documents. Yeah, it's a good idea to learn about the work of the people who last occupied the space, but I barely understand. That's what I think of it. Access in the kitchen corner will you search for food. Okay. Help. Save. Exit. Buttons. It's good. Take care of to explore the basement at your leisure. However, due to the entropic nature of clutter and trash, different weeks may what is entropic? Relating to or characterized by a doctrine of inevitable social decline and degeneration. That's not the right word. That's the right word. Oh, chaotic, without formal order. Okay, that makes more sense. Good luck. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna explore the basement. Trash pile. Hi, trash. Search painting. Is that mold? That's paper. Paper. A folder full of radiographic images. Okay, study corner. Okay, there's something else. Poke, 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 poke. No, it's okay. Trash. Man, I'm gonna be so good at cleaning. The fuck is that? Fuck, I need to clean. I need to clean. Okay. Fiberglass insulation. It's not food, and it's not food. Cabinet. Examine. Slouching under the weight of rot. And refuse. The fuck is refuse? Refuse what? That's a lot of shit. But like the parents, we live in this house for how long? We've been living in this house and the parents don't just give a shit about whiskers. Whiskers! Blueberries! Ooh, there's something nice boobies. I don't understand how the parents don't give a shit. More trash. So much trash. Faces. An account of an acquisition. What? Got a study table. Butter. Key. Safety. That's it. Purple. That's cute. That's a key. Poke. 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 Good. I'm fine. Trash pile. Bulbous growth. Something appeared to be growing from the wall. A good old pulsating sac. Ooh, maze. Slimy membrane that its skin seems to contain something.
Of course I can pop the big old zit with the... I'm just a little kid. I'm cleaning the trash. More trash. Why it doesn't say that it's clean. Now it's clean. Okay.
Corroded batteries. Not food. Hello. Ooh, hello. Okay. Salmon. Trash. Okay, so I guess, it's not... I don't want to feed him fiberglass. Oh, Grandpa. Grampy. Study corner. Okay. Okay, that's the stuff I read. Radiographs. Yes. Radiographs. That's it? No, I cannot... oh, okay. Acquisition. Read. Before we begin... Is it beginning? No, okay. The keeper gestured... What's the beginning? And what's the end? Okay. Before we begin, he had us all cover our faces completely. An earthenware pot was... And on the inside, as we stole brief glances at it, we could see the interior was inlaid with mirrors. The... give it small pieces of dough, spoiled food, chicken feed, keeping it content. Whiskers! Is Whiskers being fed? The keeper gestured towards the small bag where the food composted and told us to be careful not to feed it any meat. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna stick my dick in there. I asked if the rotting food was enough to I asked if the rotting food was enough to sustain it, how it might get nutrient from any of this. The keeper regarded me seriously and said it did not matter what it was fed. The act of feeding itself was what mattered. The act of feeding flesh is another act, however. He then gave me another series of grave warnings regarding not keeping any animal-derived foods near where I might be keeping it. Okay, no meat. No meat. Hello. Okay, I think that's what I got. Okay. Educational posters. Wow, education! I can read. Can I read from how far? I can still read. Oh, it's getting... Oh, nope. Oh. I mean, I don't... Family togetherness and something else. Cool. File cabinet. Trash. I've never cleaned that much in my entire life. Cashews. Oh, cashews. You better love cashews. Cashews are good. Can I read now? It was said to pass from one family of steppe people to another, but pressed on its ultimate origin somewhere to the south, coiled in a bow, covered in incantations, buried upside down by a graveyard, a common late antiquity demon trap. Whiskers is a demon, of course. The keeper, an elderly man in failing health, was man, I can't read it. It's been how long? 40 minutes? I can't read anymore already. Was ready to expound on and on about the dangers of the organism. But when I asked more pointed questions about the history of his acquisition, I was given curt responses that had a way of circling back to vague warnings. Careful! It's a big-ass cat, porcupine cat that's gonna eat your entrails. Cashews, it's fine. Cashews are cool. It's good. Do the parents even know they have a basement, or they're just like... Grandpa! Oh, is there something else? No? Okay. Cool. 3. Oh! You removed the tape-down fabric to reveal the cabinet's wooden button. Ooh, button. Simple exoskeleton. Each growth form a cycle. Wow. Reading. Each growth from a cycle does not require a shell, but you may find the sample will often try and seize on something somewhat flexible it can grow into, along with any desired yield it may generate, or else it will move from one shell to the next as it outgrows them. In the small amount of time I've spent with it in preparation, it tends towards human forms, of course. However, we should keep a tight lid on the improvisation in order to be cautious before we begin to experiment with exposing it long-term to anthropoid stimuli. Pepper. I don't mean to be overly severe in tone, but Dr. Hart's work is very important, and the material we are working with is potentially very dangerous. I will be handing out a copy of this note as a reminder to everyone. I am not trying to single any particular person out, but it was you, Steve! You did it! We all have misconceptions about the nature of this project from time to time. With that out of the way, Steve, here are some things to keep in mind. The active growth must be thoroughly terminated via the correct procedures, at the very least 4 weeks after dormancy is interrupted. So, I need to kill Grandpa after a month. Got it? I probably won't. It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done regarding tests or procedures, or how much your internal vacuum has been disrupted. We are not ready to go beyond 4 weeks at this point. A step-by-step guide to termination has been posted. Do not disturb. That's right. Okay, how do I kill it? How do I kill Grandpa? If you find the that empty, no, it's good, it's good. How do I kill? Oh, that's how I kill him. I shove him in the biohazard bin. Okay. I kill him. Medical man. You slipped. Oh, radiography. Power. Propagation number 21. Day 19 after dormancy. Anthropoid vacuum broken. Yes. Okay. The mimic hypothesis. A participant entered a sealed chamber adjacent to Whiskers, which had been freed from the anthropoid vacuum. What is the So I guess the anthropoidic vacuum is the place where they store it, so it's not in contact with any things from the exterior. That's what I understand. Can we call it a pot? Mirror pot, okay? Instead of the anthropoidic vacuum, I'm gonna call it the mirror pot. So it had been freed from the mirror pot, and between the two there was a semi-opaque light. Okay. The human participant was asked to think of someone in the popular consciousness, fictional or no, and cogitate on their image, personality, face if possible, voice if possible. Gordon Freeman. Our participant chose Jesus of Nazareth, and we weekly repeated exposures to the participant's imaginings. Propagation 21 began forming what resembled an anthropoid Nazarene in the fold of its spines. How do you have holes in your spine? Propagation 2, day 0. Okay, the mirror pot was broken. Oh, 6 days. We have taken to calling it Whiskers, though of course some have interpreted it as hair on needles or quills, but Whiskers is more accurate, as the needles are really more like suppression through follicles. It's a big cat from outer space. It's a demon cat. The nerve nets distributed throughout the morphology of these spines resemble those of genus Hydra, but have myelin sheets that are functionally the same as vertebrae. As we can see in the X-ray, each spine is laden with dense optical arrangements. The Hydra connection is assuredly worth investigating with regards of the organism's capacity for regeneration and anecdotal deathlessness. So yeah, the Hydra, I think it's like kind of a little underwater creature that says like it's kind of never dies. Oh, the mirror pot was unbreaking. Exposure to mammalian forms, part of a series of zoomorphic influences, led to further understanding of the propagation's ability to simulate the somatic stem cells that constitute fully developed animals. I write simulate in the previous statement because examining the tissue of each propagation leads me to believe its amazing capacity for accelerated growth of vastly different forms comes from its cell-level mutability, and yet at no time does it function as the thing it becomes, except in the sense of that it mimics it. That is to say, when Whiskers is removed from dormancy and replicates a rabbit's morphology, it is not seeing from the rabbit's eyes, nor smelling from the rabbit's nose, but pretending that it does, and doing a very good job of it. So, let me get this straight. Whiskers, demon cat from outer space, there was some indigenous people that sealed it in a pot, and there's a keeper that was logically, I think, was supposed to be blind, so could not see or interact, I guess, with the Whiskers. So this thing can mimic others, create versions of others, kind of clones, but he still Whiskers still controls the clones. So imagine that in ancient times, yes, a demon that could mimic and replicate humans and animals, and I guess they would mingle in the society and like curse people and kill people and some people have been eating other people. Whiskers have been eating everybody since the dawn of time. There, I call it. And then there's been a hero that shoved it in a pot. And now there's scientists that got it out. Why? Science. Okay, where am I? Let's go feed Grandpa. And let's go teach him some words before we stop this video that is already way too long. Kitchen. Upper fridge. Ooh. Lettuce! Cool! Lower fridge? Banana! Ooh, brown banana. Prepare food. Okay. Oh, an appealing item. Is this like a dog? Like I hide a pill and you hide a pill and some appealing food to give him? I don't want to kill Grandpa. Can he die? Fiberglass. He's not gonna lie. Why did I do it? No, fuck. I'm gonna feed him like blueberries or something. Go Grandpa. No, it's fine. It's fine. I've seen it.
Hi, Grandpa.
Okay, if Grandpa is enticed by the smell. Okay, left with the nostrils. Okay, I'm gonna give you lettuce. Lettuce. Get. By its neutral reaction, this will sate its hunger. Okay. Is that good? Stale lettuce. The meal appears to have been sufficient. Okay. I need to fill you again, don't I? I'm not sure I want to give him that. Able to detect an appealing item. He dies. Critical see the meal seems to be causing some indigestion. Why did I do that? He threw up.
Grandpa, you threw a ball over the floor.
Okay, cool. Is he happy with the food or not? I don't think so. Step away. Slides back to his corner. Okay. Other. That's not digestible. It was something. Yeah, no. You need more food. You need more good food. I'm sorry, man. I don't know why I gave you shit. Stomach. Stomach. Oh wait! Is it? Oh wait! Because they said that the guy William, his stuff was probably inside Whiskers, like his keys and his thing. Oh, that is key. Well then, I'm glad I did that then. Sorry, Grandpa, you threw a lot up on my shoes, but it was cool. Is William somewhere? Is he still existing? Is there a skeleton somewhere? No, maybe Whiskers ate it. I'm gonna give you another food. I'm gonna give you cashews. And different? Oh, that's cashews. This is good cashews. Maybe they're a bit old, but okay. Appreciation. He locomotes. Doesn't walk. He doesn't slither. He doesn't jump. He locomotes. Okay. Teach. Grandpa. Teach Grandpa. Hello. Oh yeah. I don't know that part. This oh yeah. Okay. The vocabulary word you picked will appear at the bottom right. Okay. Section of the Pentagon. Okay. Yes. I need to. Okay. Bell. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, I got it. Yes. Oh, that's one key. Oh, that's one key. Hello. Yeah, that was good. That was good, Grandpa. That was good. Sounded good. Hello. What the fuck am I doing? Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card. Ooh, a note. Hello. Yeah, part of vocabulary, conversational basics. I guess, yes, basic. Mimic the thoughts and desires it passively intercepts, and these imitations go on to structure the basis of its science. Only later in Whisker's growth cycle does it begin to form and wow, it's time I finished that video, man. It begin to form an identity or identities that are coherent and capable of resembling a sane, rational human being. Everyone engaged in conversation. Hey, I'm not sure about sane. Because of this, we have started with the basics of conversation, blah blah blah. Okay, hello was a bit of a challenge. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's teach you another word and then fuck all this. I'm gonna leave this basement. That's your name. Grandpa. Hey, that was good. Good boy. We have done several sessions of what we are calling familial relations simulation, and I and a co-researcher sit in chairs opposite to the enclosure, and then we act out a scene. Okay, resemble a kitchen table conversation between an immediate family. Repeated trials would reveal, although our simulated conversation was purposefully vague and unspecific regarding persons and identities, like would only address each other as brother, father, sister. Steve, it's your fault. Don't, Steve, it's always Steve's fault. It soon became apparent the encoded information and associations we unconsciously drawn upon when hearing and speaking these words was being picked up on by Whiskers. Okay. Whiskers as a sci-type field. Okay, he's mental. Whiskers as big brain, wide brain. So when people, even if they try to be super neutral and without emotions, if they say the word brother, subconsciously they're gonna think about maybe a brother figure that they know or someone. So Whiskers pick on that. That's what's happening. Okay. Cool. Nice. Amazing. I need a break. Okay, but this is so cool. This is really interesting, and I'm gonna explore the basement next time on Game Grumps on Markiplier. What the fuck am I? I'm going insane. I'm going insane. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.